So I got a reaction from one of my videos on YouTube from a fellow YouTuber who talks to people who come out of cults, and his whole idea theme is to talk to people who have gone from cults to Christ or anybody who's left a cult. And I have a few problems with his response. And, maybe he's catching us straight here, but I'm sick and tired of making excuses for cisgendered, straight, white American men. I'm over it. I'm so fucking done with this demographic of human. I'm going to let you look at the interaction that we had. Now, it seems unoffensive, right? Maybe he said it out of a feel of goodwill or whatever. But it was not taken that way because I know this demographic. I know them very well. And I'm tired of them because you don't fucking get it. And this is going to tie along into the political spectrum that we're in right now. I declined the offer to go on his YouTube channel, and I said that as my reaction because you don't understand that your demographic are the root of the problem. You're the root of the problem of the world. And you're particularly the problem of the American plight that we are dealing with right now. This survival mode that every single other person in this country who is not cisgender, straight, white, Christian, white, male, American is having to deal with. And you don't get why we would not want to have an interaction with you anymore. And that's really the point. I am sick and tired of talking to you, that demographic. In fact, I believe the majority of us are done talking to and about you people. We are fucking tired of it. It should be abundantly clear why someone like myself would not want anything to do with your channel. I'm not saying you particularly are a bad person, but even the way it was worded and even the final sign off that you gave me at the end was bigoted coded. And this condescension and this judgmental tone that you speak to us with, we're over it. We're done with it. And I need people to understand that. And it has to do with the political spectrum that we're in right now in this country in particular, because all throughout history, who's been the biggest problem? Cisgendered, straight, white, Christian American men. That's the problem. So don't try to fix it. Also, stop trying to think that you have nothing to do with the cults that have come from Christianity. Those cults spring up from your rhetoric, the things that you believe, your principles, your moral code. That comes from your baseline rule. And so just because JWs are a cult or Mormons are a cult or Seventh-day Adventists are a cult, they are Christian. And that's why I'm agnostic. Because when you start to debunk and deconstruct everything and look at everything, you start to realize where the problem lies. It's in whoever tainted the scriptures or the Bible or whatever you want to call that. And it's whoever decided to say, this is what we're going to believe, we are going to follow this, and we should get as many followers as possible. It has only done us bad, particularly people of certain cultures, i.e., mine. So again, I don't think that you're a bad person. I'm just tired of dealing with your demographic of person. And on that note, I also am a registered independent voter. I don't get to vote in the primaries, so I haven't voted in the primaries. I will not align with Democrats. I will not align with Republicans. And the majority of Americans are actually independent, which sucks because we don't actually get the representation that we would prefer. I need you to read the room, everyone. I was talking to someone not too long ago who is a registered Democrat. He considered himself a Democrat with conservative values. So he was an establishment Democrat. And in my personal political opinion, I prefer establishment people. I don't necessarily prefer radicals because we see where that goes. But this day and age, I think we need a radical. And seeing as how we are still polarized in this country, Democrats and Republicans, and we don't really have much of a choice this next go round, midterms, or then the next presidential election, depending on who lasts in this presidency currently. The room needs to be read. This person I was talking to, this another friend of mine who is a registered Democrat with conservative values, as he claims to be. He said to me, in the primaries, we need to pick someone who is the safest white man. No. Democrats, what don't you understand? You're doing the same thing you've always done. It's the same demographic. We're sick and tired of the same demographic of person being the only person to vote for. We don't need another straight, cisgendered, white, male, American Christian as a president, as a leader. He does not represent us. The majority of us are not that. Done with it. We need radicalization. We need a democratic socialist. Maybe we do need a Muslim. Who knows? But we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and thinking that there's going to be a different result. As my mom once told me, that is the definition of insanity, and that is what this country has proven to be. Absolutely insane. That's the whole package. That's the whole viewpoint. That is why I responded the way I did. I'm not anti that demographic. I am just sick and tired of that demographic trying to tell us how to live, particularly under the guise of the Bible or spirituality or Christianity. It's not working anymore. We're done with it.